here. Anu is here. Anu's done a fab job. Anu, you were beautiful. The vision was awesome. And we also have the producers of the movie. Preeti is here. And should we begin? I believe we all have a lot of questions to ask. We all have, like, we've enjoyed the movie. But I want to know from the actors, firstly, you know, so heart-touching when you do it, you know, it's so emotional. It's so difficult to not get carried away and be a little, you know, soft about the whole thing. How was the journey of going about the whole movie?
Oh, I really enjoyed the process of doing this film. You know, me and Anu worked a little bit on Tara's character after the script was ready, just because we had to, you know, try not to make her a bitch, because, you know, she is this kind of enlightened girl. Entitled girl. She becomes enlightened maybe, but she is actually very entitled in the beginning, and she, you know, it's hard to sympathize for her. So we really had to, like, work on that a bit.
I think it's a very difficult character to play, who starts, you know, to play someone who actually starts off with this, you know, sitting on a moral high ground about, you know, changing the world and knowing what courage is, and which is a lot of us, you know, think that on social media you announce, you know, a support for a cause and you've changed the world. And so, you know, from there to actually see what, so I think it's quite, like, it's almost like an anti-heroine she starts off with, and then, you know, she comes and realizes and appreciates and finds that courage, which is so difficult to find. So I think it was Tara's journey was difficult
It's
to
a
write.
Beautiful journey, because it's something I don't understand. If something happened in France, why do we mark ourselves safe on Facebook? So I don't understand. But Naseer sir, have you figured out Twitter now by the end of the movie?
No, and I don't think I will. I can't be bothered.
Notice board.
Yeah,
So what an amazing character. So very well written. The sketch is so beautiful. Have you enjoyed playing the man in the movie?
Yeah, it's any time you get a part which is so well written, I believe that the actor's work is practically done. Then all the actor has to do is to embody the character. It's really the parts which have not been well written, which one has had to struggle against. But most of in fact, all the movies in which, where I feel the performances have been successful, the credit largely goes to the writing and to the guidance given to the actor. And this is the kind of movie I feel particularly close to, because of the nature of its, in every way, the nature of its budget, the nature of its subject, and the nature of the way it is made. It's very easy to, you know, to see a movie and to just dismiss it or to say that you like it. But I think it's important, if films like this are to continue to be made, that all of you as viewers should seek something more than just entertainment in a movie. And I'm not saying that every movie must carry a cosmic message or something like that, or necessarily make a political statement, not at all. It's just got to be an engrossing and stimulating experience. And to make a movie like this, it's very brave of Preeti to come forward and back a subject like this, which doesn't have songs, which doesn't have, you know, any fight scenes, doesn't have any item numbers, which doesn't have any popular actors. Except one. Well, let's say the kind of actors who get bums on seats, you know, in the stalls. None of those kind of actors, at least. So it's good that all of you are here and so appreciative. It's also important to remember that it's really, a film has been made, this film, under really difficult, straitened circumstances, and it's because of the backing of a courageous producer and the vision of a director who desperately wanted to make it, that all of us got together. And all these energies came together, and I think it's been successful.
It's actually been very beautiful. And इतनी आपने इनकी तारीफ की, I want to ask that ये दो characters हैं, उनमें से दोनों से ज़्यादा आप किससे relate कर रहे हैं?
Well, that's a difficult one. But again, I think, you know, when I read the script, you realize that I related to it in some parts because I've been through a similar experience. And I think everybody here relates to bits and pieces of all of it. And it's not really a particular character, but it's those emotions, those feelings that you go through when you go through circumstances like this. And I think, I mean, there are so many emotions here. It's not just there's grief, there's a little bit of happiness, there's a little bit of humor, and that's how you normally deal in everyday life. So I related to the emotions a lot. And I think, I mean, and emotions of characters, all of them.
And Girish, I'm going to come to the same temple that you go. And I'm going to take the prasadam from your hands. But I want to know, very subtle but very strong character, you know, underplaying something like that, you know, डांट भी खानी है और ये डांटती है तो बहुत majorly डांटती है यार, मतलब बहुत गुस्सा हो गई थी ये. And thank God that man turned out to be a man. But you were fantastic. And you know, to play a friend, not only a friend, but, you know, a colleague, must have been really difficult, you know, because इतना subtle था.
You know, as Naseer sir said, the magic is in the words. I live in Bangalore, so you get pages of scripts to, you know, audition for, and I just read one page of this character, and I was like, hook or crook, I'm doing this part because I felt the part. And this movie, this is the first time I watched the film, and I must share a personal story with you. I grew up in a very close-knit community in West Africa, and there were 5-6 families. So I've grown up with 5 dads and 5 mums, 5 families. So I lost someone, a very close, my close friend's dad passed away, and he was in a very similar situation. He had gone in for a surgery and it didn't work out, and the family was in a state, they didn't know what to do with that situation. And it's amazing. It's very emotional for me right now, because this is that moment when both their characters were confronted with the truth that, you know, these people are not coming back, and we'll have to live on with memories of them. I can't say more. The beauty in the writing, the beauty in the filmmaking, it's just such a beautiful, sincere experience for me. I'm thankful. I'm really thankful for being part of this. Thank you so much.
Okay. Question about real life, a question to Kalki. Do you think, like we've shown the new generation in the movie, your character is, and we are the faster generation, we are the internet generation. I'm calling myself also young subtly over here. But do you think we have the patience to pull something like this in real life? Can we? The patience, you know, like the two characters are so different. Your character is fighting, maybe my husband will not get the perfect life, so I should pull the plug. And Naseer ji's character is fighting for the lastest, halfest chance possible. Do you think this is like a thoda sa generation mein thoda sa gap hai ki ye aisa sochte hain aur wo waisa sochte hain? Are they different?
I mean, I think it's from person to person what you decide to do, and there's no right answer to a situation like this. I really don't know what I would do if, God forbid, a loved one was in a situation like this. I have no idea. So I think it's a struggle from person to person, from your relationship with that person, what conversations you might have had with them before, and everything. Yeah.
I think the point